Welcome everybody. This is Rusty Albertson, Director of Communications here at St. Mark, the Evangelist Catholic Church. We are joined by our Youth Ministry Director, Bethany Kuhn. Bethany, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Great. It's been about a year since you've been here, and it's taken us this long to get you on camera. We apologize.
It's all
So
right.
tell us a little bit about yourself so the parishioners and the school children might learn a little bit about you.
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Kansas. I graduated from Benedictine College, which is a Catholic college in Kansas, in 2020. I graduated with 2 degrees, one being theology and the second being evangelization and catechesis. And the funny thing was, the more that I learned in my classes, the more I realized how little I knew about our faith and our God. So still learning, and will probably continue to learn every single day of my life.
Awesome. Now, what part of Kansas are you originally from?
Hays, Kansas. It's kind of in the central Kansas, right along I-70, so you probably passed by it if you have ever driven to Colorado.
Yeah, very good. Well, I know that the youth ministries here at St. Mark, like the school, like the parish, is growing. And I know you've had a lot of activities since you've been here. What's some of the future activities, some upcoming things you guys got planned?
Well, I just recently took the job as the director of confirmation, so I'm very excited. Thank you. I'm very excited to walk beside the youth as they prepare for confirmation. What a beautiful sacrament and good time. Yeah. I'm excited to start a program for the St. Mark school children. So for the middle school students at St. Mark, I'm doing a program called Mom on the Lawn.
Awesome.
And it's me sitting by Mary, so Mom on the lawn, and just being able to be present and get more interactions with the students. So I'll be sitting there with different games or activities that they can do during their recess time if they so wish, if they're not playing some other game.
Yeah, the one-on-one connection that you can make, as you know, and as a former educator, the same way, the one-on-one connection you can make with them not only impacts them, but impacts you in a positive way. So we're glad you're doing that. What else do you guys got coming up?
We've got a mother-daughter brunch coming up in October, which will be really fun. A lot of other just like random off events. We will hopefully take some people to World Youth Day in Lisbon, Portugal next August. So hopefully that'll come together. And
have you been to World Youth Day before?
I have not. I'm very excited. I hope that we get some interest so that we can take a group.
Yeah, that's a big undertaking. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
How many are you looking to take, just depending on the numbers and the funding?
Yes, a lot of the fundraising will have to be done individually because it is expensive, but it's an amazing opportunity. So
if there's anybody out there that's watching that would like to help fund World Youth Fund Day, your trip, that would be awesome. They could contact you.
Yes, and if anyone's interested, we're looking around the ages 16 to 35 is what World Youth Day is typically promoted for. Right. So if anyone's in that age range and interested.
Now, World Youth Day in the past, I don't know if it still is, does the Pope usually attend that?
Yes, he always does.
Awesome, very good. I remember when they had it down in Brazil, I believe, it was because I remember they had like millions along the beach watching him. It was such a inspiring thing to see that with all those youth. Because you hear of our church getting older, not a lot of young people coming in, but it sure it proved that wrong by seeing that. And the same thing I think here, our youth activities are starting to grow. Just like I said, like our church or school, we're such a diverse parish anyway. And with the youth, and not only just the middle school age, but our high school age students who have an absolutely great experience at Roncalli, and other Catholic schools in the area can find that as well. So we appreciate what you're doing with that. So looking at the future of our youth ministries here at St. Mark, you've been here a year. Yes. So what do you see as some of the things, maybe even looking back at maybe some of the history, and give us a little bit of your thought on how you think the youth ministries is going to, what direction we're going to go?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I've been to a lot of different youth ministry conferences, and obviously we like to look at different stats of just where are youth at in general, not just within our church, but just in general, where are they at? And I'd love to share with you a few of the statistics of it. So Springtide Research Institute, they put out a study in 2020, and they listed a lot of interesting stats that are quite frankly sad,
Sure.
but helpful for us to know. So a couple of those. Nearly 70% of young people ages 13 to 25 report having 3 or fewer meaningful interactions in a regular day. Nearly 40% say they feel like they have no one to talk to and that no one really knows them well. More than 1 in 4 people say that they have 1 or fewer adults in their lives that they can turn to if they need to talk. Those are terrible. Let me share one more with you.
Sure.
24% of young people with no adult mentors feel like their life has meaning and purpose. So they feel like they don't have meaning and purpose. But here's the good news. Just adding 1 adult in their life reduces that percentage to 6%.
Wow, that's awesome.
So what that tells us is that young people need adults to accompany them. They need guides to lead them, not just to a place of fulfillment, like explaining what the meaning and purpose is, but to an encounter with our Lord Jesus Christ, who gives that meaning and purpose to our lives, right?
Absolutely.
So that's my vision here at St. Mark, is to create a culture, not just a youth ministry, that really lets people feel seen, known, and loved, and that within that culture, we help point to the one who knows and loves us best, right?
Amen. Yeah.
So I can't do that alone. Obviously, that's a lot of people needing to do that and to be able to be involved in these kids' lives. Right. So I really encourage anyone that hears this mission and wants to be a part of it to ask me how they can help. We need a lot of different kinds of people and people with different skills to be able to, help welcome and see the youth and to love them.
And it's ironic when I set Steve Helmick from the Maturing Adults came in last week and spoke with me, and it's kind of the same thing as you get older.
Yeah.
He said almost had the exact same, he didn't have the facts like you did.
But he was talking about the isolation as well, and the need for the people to...
Is there any thought in your mind of trying to bridge those two groups sometime together? I know that they're trying to do that as well.
Yeah, Steve and I have talked some, and we've thought about, grand friends, so people... young people getting paired with some older parishioners to just have that friendship and support one another. And we've talked about seniors helping seniors, so some seniors in high school helping some senior adults.
Absolutely. So since you've been here a year, I think Father Tim, this is his 3rd year. I can't remember how he's getting old. So we've had kind of a changeover in staff somewhat. We have a new principal as well.
Yes.
So, which is good. I think change is always visionistic, and it helps us to grow. What are some things that maybe some obstacles or some things that you've had to overcome in being the youth ministers director here that you have seen improvement on since you've been here?
Well, first of all, this is a very diverse community, like you had said. So for a while, I was just loving to get to come in and to see how everyone interacts and supports one another. And for a while, I just was like, I don't want to do any programs. I just want to watch and see how all these dynamics work. So it's been beautiful getting to know everyone and get to
And I'm the
see
same
our
way in
church.
my new position. You kind of want to take a step back and see what's already in place and some things you can improve. And put your own touch to as well. And I think you've done a really good job with that. You went to NCYC last year?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about NCYC for those. Is every 2 years?
It is every 2 years, hosted here in Indianapolis, which is just such an honor and blessing to be able to be right in our backyard. They've started actually adding in the off years that it's here. For the first year, they're trying it down in Florida, I believe, this year. So that's exciting too, to give people on the other side of the states kind of more of a chance to not have to travel all the way here. But yeah, it's a big national Catholic youth conference is what the acronym stands for. And we got to take 30 of our youth there.
That's great.
And it was so beautiful to just see, it's held in the Lucas Oil Stadium. And to see a stadium full of young people on fire and learning about their faith. One of my favorite moments though is one of the evenings we have a holy hour. and to see a stadium full of people go completely silent when the Lord is processed in, and to just all be kneeling in uncomfortable positions, you know, within the stands. But just
Lucas Oil's not made to be kneeled in.
No, it's not. So there is some movement there of people changing positions, but I mean, for a whole hour, everyone just being silent and adoring the Lord on the altar.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So as people are watching this and getting to know you, they have children of their own. What's the age group that you work with? How can they get in contact with you? And moving forward, just starting that relationship with you.
Yeah, so I'm in charge of middle school and high school youth ministries. So
6th, 7th, 8th, all the way through high school. So, okay.
Yes, and there are some events that I have specific for just 6th through 8th graders, and some just specific for high schoolers. But sometimes I say everyone's invited. So just be looking out for that. I try to promote things on the website, on our social media, on the bulletins and the announcements.
And you do a good job, because I'm a social media nut too, and you do a good job with Instagram and different things. And I think that's the way kids communicate now. I think they think email is for old people, and Facebook even at times. So my own children think that. So I think that's great. Well, we appreciate you coming in today. I know that this is an opportunity for us to get to know you, but also to get to know your program and what you're doing. I think we have so many ministries. I don't even know them all here, and I've been here 13 years.
Yeah,
that reach out to different segments of our population here, not only in our community, but through our state and around the world. And again, we're just so blessed to have you here. We're so blessed to be able to have our youth have some activities to help them grow in their faith. So thank you very much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
And we will see you next time. We are somewhere near the candles. I think we're in front of the candles today, don't you?
Yeah.
We didn't even light them, though. That's not good. So we're the unlit candle.
We're the lights.
We're the lights. There you go. All right, everybody have a great week. We'll see you later. Peace.